Everybody, here I am starting my Mutt March. Going to be walking 10 dogs, a kilometre each, and also letting them off for a bit in the off-lead area. None of them have had a walk for 3 weeks because of the COVID lockdown, and all these dogs, the special dogs, have all had really bad starts. And this is RADELLA, and RADELLA came in June this year, not so long ago, and she'd been shot. And the bullet that is actually quite close to her heart, and it was in such a dangerous position. It's not been able to remove, but as you can see, she's now looking well and fine. And the fantastic news about RADELLA is she's the only dog of the 10 I'm walking that has actually already been adopted to a partner rescue in Canada and will be leaving before too long. So she's a lovely dog, aren't you? Hey? Yes you are. Yes you are. So we're going to go off, and we're going to be doing a kilometre and then some running off in lead in the middle of that. So off we go. So as you can see, SUMOTO is absolutely, can't wait to get out, full of beans. She came in over 2 years ago now as a puppy in horrendous condition. You wouldn't think that to look at her now, 2 years later. And SUMOTO is ready for adoption. Yeah, good boy. Didn't mention, of course, is that one of the things with SUMOTO, which you probably noticed, is that he's also lost an eye. That was when he was a puppy, came in. One of the injuries he had was to his eyes, and saved one but lost the other. And he's really, this is third time lucky, we hope, for SUMOTO going to Canada, because he has been adopted twice before to partner rescues, and each time something happened which prevented him travelling. So this time we're hoping no more injuries and no more wounds, and he'll be off on his travels soon. Okay, now we have Juturna, another dog that's been with us, 2.5 years or so. And Juturna was one of the early dogs that came in, having been trapped in a snare, hence the leg has had to be amputated, something we've seen increasingly more often in the couple of years since then, particularly with COVID, with people trying to, sorry darling, I'm holding you up, aren't I? Come on. Trying to catch wild pigs and things. A lot of dogs getting caught, and we now have so many dogs with 3 legs, because inevitably they end up even chewing their own legs off sometimes to get 3 of the snare. And very rarely we can save the leg, even when that's not happened. But they get around fine, as you see. You enjoy being out, that's for sure. Eh? You have. Come on then. So next on my list this morning is Santaro, another boy. And Santaro came in with horrific head wounds from a deliberate act of cruelty. Surprised he even survived. You can probably see the way his ear goes, flap goes over there. He's had skin grafts. Sadly, Santaro is never going to be able to be adopted overseas. He has chronic low platelets and can only really be, so couldn't fly. The only way he could really get a home permanently is here in Thailand. Well, after a slow start, you've really enjoyed that. It was almost to say, what are we doing else? I've not been out for so long, for 3 weeks. And now you're out, you're thinking, oh, I like this. I've got no, what it was like to come out. And you know, eh? What it was like to come out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Happy boy. Hello. Yes. Well, I'm happy to introduce you to BERTIE, who, as you can see, is a bundle of energy. If you've noticed his back and you think he's got a skin issue, what happened to BERTIE, and again it's over 2 years ago, he had hot oil poured over his back, So the scars are those are scars, not a skin condition, and they're permanent. But here's a lovely boy, as you can see, full of energy, desperately needs a new home because he has so much energy. And he lives in one of the kennels at the side of the A runs, simply because he doesn't always get on with other dogs. So he's best off being an only dog. And believe you me, you'll have your hands full with him as an only dog, because he's full of energy, but he's full of love as well, and affection. He loves everybody. Hey, you love everybody, you do. Yeah, yeah, you do, yes. Okay, we're at the other end of the shelter, so we're doing this the other way around now. And I'm with Little Bear. And Little Bear was horrendously attacked with a machete and his neck and face 2 years ago now. And another dog that desperately needs a home. He lives in the G kennels again because he doesn't always get on with other dogs. He's a lovely dog, aren't you? Hey? Yes, you are. Yeah, you really are. And so we're going to do this a different way. We have to go back round, going round the lake twice and then back up, do the off lead first and then back up and back to his kennel. So to get the kilometre in, slightly different. Good afternoon now, and some more dogs to do, and this one is Kimono from D2, and Kimono has been with us a year, he's now ready for adoption. Had again a cruelty case sadly, with a rope or cord tied around his neck so tight it had gone straight through his skin, forming a very deep wound. He's got a permanent scar there, which you might see later. But a lovely dog, and would love a home. There you can see the scar still very pronounced on his neck. That will be, as I say, that wound went very deeply. If it hadn't have been found, we would have killed you, wouldn't it? Hey? Who's that? And FALSON is from D3. Lovely dog. You may have seen pictures of him a few months ago though, or her, sorry, when she came in, and had horrendous injuries all over her head. Sadly was abandoned by their owner, which has been quite common during COVID, and FALSON was subsequently attacked by a pack of territorial dogs and received horrendous injuries and was lucky to survive. But you can see he's now made a full recovery. FALSON, you're going to show us? Yeah. And would make somebody now a lovely pet. So good boy, aren't you? Hey? Yeah, seeing what you went through. Still see the scars from your bullet wound. Yeah. But you've made a real fabulous recovery. Now, unfortunately, Winter's not available for adoption at this time. It suffers from chronic E. canis, anemia, and normally it's treatable, but sometimes the dog that stays keeps coming back. At the moment we're not sure the situation with Winter as to whether we can finally cure it. So they could be adopted overseas, but at the moment not for now. But he was found, as you probably remember, not many months ago with a bullet wound in his head. It had been there, we understand, for at least 6 months. Lucky to be alive and really made a miraculous recovery. Well, last but not least on this Mutt March, and we've already done 10 kilometres, underestimated the distance that we're walking, and already nearly 15,000 steps. And this is Superlux, more commonly known to everybody as Sophie. And Sophie was abandoned, but then suffered an extremely cruel wound to her neck a couple of years ago, and has been with us ever since. Sadly, she cannot be adopted. She does have an example of a dog that will be with us for the rest of her days. The reason is she has terminal cancer, but it's slowly spreading. But as you can see, she's not in any distress at all at the moment. We won't allow her to suffer. And she enjoys her walking, and she enjoys her life here. So she will stay with us for, we hope, a long time yet. But that needs your support as well to keep dogs like Sophie here. But she's a lovely dog, aren't you? Hey? Yes, you are. And you're secure here for the rest of your days, unlike you were before. So thank you everybody for sponsoring me, everybody who has sponsored me, for walking these dogs. It's been a hot day. Jan, who's been doing all the filming, she's walked the same distance, and yeah, it's been nice to be back here taking dogs out again, and I'm sure the dogs have enjoyed it as well. And hopefully from next week we'll be fully back into operation and dogs be going out every day. And we do need volunteers, so it's easy now to come into Thailand, so please consider it. Thank you.